including winning the title over a dominant Tyron Woodley, 5-round rout, just destroyed him. Just beat him. But I think Usman's better than he was before. I think he continues to get better, and he's training with Trevor Whitman.
I was impressed with Usman the last time against Colby.
I've been impressed with him every fight of his career.
But
He's
I
a
figured
monster. One loss ever in his entire mixed martial arts career, has run through everyone in his division.
Do you lose that hunger a little bit?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Not with that guy.
Yeah.
I think at the championship level, like the true champions, and I think Kamaru is like a champion of champions. I think he's in this all-time great category.
If Kamaru starts, I was wondering if he's thinking about like the money. So you know that what's the saying is the wolf climbing the hill is always hungrier than the wolf on top of the hill, something like that. So I mean, you know, Colby's still trying to get up there. Kamaru's been up there. Do you lose that hunger a little bit?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Not with that guy.
Yeah.
I think at the championship level, like the true champions, and I think Kamaru is like a champion of champions. I think he's in this all-time great category. Like let's imagine this fight is not taking place right now, and you're not comparing him with Colby. You just look at what he's done so far and his skill level. I think you got a real argument that he is right now the best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport. If you look at what his accomplishments are. One loss ever in his entire mixed martial arts career, has run through everyone in his division, including winning the title over a dominant Tyron Woodley, 5-round rout, just destroyed him. Has beat him pillar to post every round. And then you look at his fights with Masvidal, you look at his fight with Colby, you look at his fight with Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is a dangerous man, and he put him away. And Gilbert hurt him. He hurt him in the first round. Kamaru recovered and smashed him. Knocked out Masvidal with one punch in the second fight. He's a real argument that he's the best guy in the sport.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to see him challenged, you would want a guy who's got killer wrestling, that's Colby, amazing gas tank, that's Colby, unstoppable mentality, that's Colby, and a guy who's been in there with him and knows what adjustments to make.
Right.
You know, I think, you know, when Masvidal took that first fight, he took the first fight on short notice.
Yeah,
and
6 days.
He had some good moments in the fight, but ultimately he fell prey to Usman's conditioning. You know, and Usman had said the reason why he was willing to fight me then was because he had a built-in excuse.
Yeah, I saw
which
that.
is interesting, because that would have fucked with a man's head.
Yeah.
You call him a journeyman, and you know that fucks with a guy's head. Like the difference in the accomplishments of the two are very different. Like Masvidal obviously has that giant Ben Askren knockout, and he beat up Nate Diaz in that fight. And Masvidal's a bad motherfucker and a very clever fighter. He's one of my favorite guys to watch fight because he's so intelligent. But Usman just demolished him in the second fight. Demolished him. That's what separates like very good fighters from all-time greats.
And he had a full camp that time.
Yeah.
Masvidal did.
Didn't help.
No.
It actually helped him less. Like he was better, but I think Usman's better than he was before. I think he continues to get better, and he's training with Trevor Whitman. Like he moved camps. You know, he used to be down in South Florida, and then he made his way. Yeah, it was originally the Black Zillions, then it was Stanford's, but he's now with Trevor Whitman, who's a real striking genius.
I'm pretty intrigued too with the coaching changes for Usman and Colby. They both changed camps.
Yeah. So what happened with Colby? You're friends with Colby. What led him to switch camps? Because he was with ATT forever.
It seemed like, I mean, I don't know. It seemed like there's a bunch of drama down there, you know, because I think Poirier's down there, and I don't know. It seemed like he said that, or for what I'm seeing on interviews, you know, there was drama going into train, and he just wanted to get away from that.
Didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, and that's a big organization down there. Basically, it's a lot of fighters, and so then he switched to this. I think it's MMA Masters, and you know, small gym. They give him the full attention. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, he brings the drama. He shouldn't be shocked. I mean, who the fuck causes more drama than Colby?
I know. Yeah.
Still
Good
though,
stuff.
that's how he's so popular. It's both things, right?
Yeah.
Which is rare. Like he has incredible skill level. He's as tough as they come, and he talks a lot of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
And most people don't know that he got forced into talking shit. Like the UFC was about to cut him. They didn't like his style. They told him.
Yeah.
And so then he fought Damian Maia in Brazil and then called him a bunch of filthy animals and, and said a bunch of crazy shit.
Places a dump.
Yeah. They went crazy.
They took exception to that.
He went pro wrestling heel.
Yeah.
And it changed
It worked.
It changed the trajectory of his career. What people don't know about Colby, what you know about Colby is when you're with him in person, super nice guy.
Oh, he's actually soft spoken.
He's a great guy.
But he's had dinner at the house. We had elk and just polite, soft spoken.
Yeah.
My wife and daughter, everybody's there, just being as nice as can be.
He's a gentleman.
That's who he is.
That's the real guy.
Yeah, for sure.
This other thing is like a character that he does, which is so fascinating.
It works. I mean, I watched an interview him and DC just did just a couple days ago, and I mean, DC gave him every opportunity. He's like, "Do you ever get tired? Do you ever sit at home and say I would, could give it a rest and just be?" And he's just like, "No." He's like, I'm always. He's something like he's always on. And then he's like, DC said, "Do you respect Usman? I'm like as a fighter." He's like, "No." So he wouldn't even. I mean, he's sticking to the script.
Yeah, well, he's got that pro wrestling heel character down. And if he ever decides to leave the UFC and go to pro wrestling, he would have a giant career in pro wrestling if he wanted to.
Probably.
Oh my God! If he decided, if he fight, let's say, whatever happens with his career, but like 5 years from now, if he decides to go to pro wrestling, my God, will that guy have a fucking career over there?
Yeah.
He's talked so much shit.
Oh, I know. It's good. I can't wait.
Yeah. It's going to be an amazing fight. And Colby just ran right through Tyron Woodley. That was a big fight for him.
Yeah.
So that's I think he's the hardest challenge for Usman because he's got the longest gas tank. His gas tank is crazy. Colby has excellent wrestling and his striking volume is insane. Like both of these guys, one of the things they both have is they never fade. Both of these guys never fade.
I was impressed with Usman the last time against Colby.
I've been impressed with him every fight of his career.
But
He's a monster.
I figured Colby would put the pressure on and he'd get more gas, but
no,
man,
he doesn't.
He's right there.
He's got amazing endurance. His mind is bulletproof. That dude has serious knee problems, and you never hear a thing about it. Like he can't run. His knees are destroyed. He actually had. They do this particular type. He talked about it on the podcast. There's a particular type of procedure they do where they fracture
the microblade. Or micro fracture. Yeah.
They do it in the cartilage to try to make the cartilage regrow, and it didn't work. It had the opposite effect. His knees up worse.
I saw him come. I was watching the embedded, like everybody does, and I saw him coming down the stairs of a plane, and he looked like coming back gingerly.
Yeah.
Like painful.
It hurts.
Yeah. Looked like me coming downstairs in the morning.
But the thing is, when he fights, he ignores it. And he openly said, listen, I know I'm going to get my knees replaced when I'm done fighting. He goes, so for now, I just go hard.
I think he's like, I saw him talking about fighting Canelo.
That's interesting. That's kind of,
that was today.
I get that he would want to do that for the money. But if an MMA fighter wants to fight Canelo, really they should say, come over to MMA.
Yeah.
That's what they should say.
Straight boxing against Canelo, it's tough.